Hi, my name is Olivia, and welcome to the Investment and Business Club. So today we will be reviewing the second, third, and fourth chapters of the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. Okay, great. So let's get started. Today we'll just basically review some discussion questions. Like we'll do some lab activities and like group discussions and all that. And we'll learn about the stock market and some stocks. So let's start with the discussion questions for chapter 2. By the way, keep in mind that some of these questions are open questions, so there's not like necessarily a correct answer. Like number 1, what are important factors to you when you pick a bank to set up accounts? Also, if you like have an answer, can you digitally raise your hand? Okay. Chloe?
Like, maybe like you want like high interest, but like and like you don't want like really high loans fees, like high interest fees when like you loan something, and you want us like you don't want any like overdraft fees, and really
Yeah, great. So Aurora?
For me, I wouldn't want any unnecessary fees. Like if they like force you to pay blah 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 blah. I wouldn't do it if it's unnecessary.
Yeah, excellent. Does anybody else have a reason that's like different from the ones Aurora and Chloe said before? Okay, nobody. Okay, yeah. So personally, some important factors I would want when I'm picking a bank to like set up accounts is lower bank fees or no bank fees at all, and like a higher bank interest rate. I would also want my bank to be trustworthy and not give me like unnecessary products I'd have to pay for. Let's move on to the next question. So how do you choose the right banks and accounts if you know what you're looking for? Anybody else besides Chloe? Okay. Angelina?
Well, I remember in the book, it talked about how if you want to choose the right banks and accounts, it's actually really easy. You can just look at their past history and what they have been doing.
Yeah, excellent. That's actually like the spot on answer. So let's see. If anybody, oh, by the way, Angelina, if you're done answering the question and you don't have like other questions or answers, can you lower your hand? Okay, yeah. So Kai Sheng.
Okay, so another like way I want to choose my banks is maybe I ask my friends about what banks they choose.
Yeah, great. That's like actually a really good and original idea. I don't really think the book covered that, but yeah, it's really interesting. So, now let's move on to question number 3. What's a checking account? And actually, let's just start with the first question. What's a checking account? Kai Sheng, do you have an answer, or like did you just forget to lower your hand? Okay.
I forgot to lower my hand.
Does anybody know what a checking account is? Question number 3. Isabella?
Well, in the book, it said that you basically put like what you take money out of it in your savings account is the one where you like invest your money in to get interest.
Yeah, good. Basically, that's what a checking account is. So basically, it's a place where you deposit money and then you can withdraw money using like debit cards, checks, and you can like transfer money online. So why is your checking account the backbone of your financial system? Like, why is your checking account so important? Chloe, because I saw you raise your hand first.
Your checking account is your backbone of your financial system because it's where your money first goes when you deposit money in the bank, and it filters like two different parts of your system, maybe like saving accounts and different types of accounts. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah, basically, Chloe, you said account like is where your money will go first before you like spend it on different parts of your system, like investing accounts and like spending, like guilt-free spending. Yeah, great, Chloe. Question number 4. What are savings accounts? By the way, I'm gonna try to call on different people like for every question. So, oh, by the way, some of you haven't even answered the question before.
Doesn't work.
Isabella,
他插了回说他没在 work。
It's where you deposit your money to, and basically you keep it in there to like save money and also interest grows, so your money grows.
yeah, great, Isabella. So, number 5, what's the difference between savings accounts and checking accounts? Like, are they just the same or? Okay, Wei Zhang. Oh, by the way, is that your actual name or like, so can you unmute?
Hello. Why do you ask me to unmute?
Wait, did you raise your hand? Because I'm
Yeah.
pretty.
So for number 5, I like the checking account is basically where you can open you can take out and insert money pretty much whenever you want. And then savings account is where you have to like save. You can't always just like take things out, or you can insert money in whenever you want, but you can't take the money out like whenever you want. So it's just, but it earns us slightly more interest.
Yeah, so basically savings accounts technically on average pay more interest, and you can't like frequently withdraw money from it regularly. Saving accounts are basically these accounts that let you set goals for saving up for these specific things like houses, vacations, or like emergency funds. But the like checking accounts let you withdraw money regularly and frequently. For example, to buy things, and checking accounts have debit cards and like you can withdraw money from ATMs. So question number 5, question number 6, sorry, I said that wrong. Why did the author say that the bulk of a person's wealth will be made from investing? Like, why did the author say that investing is like the most important? Oh, by the way, Chloe, do you have an answer to that problem, or
Yeah.
did you? Okay. So you can answer it.
Because like when you invest in money, most likely it will grow. For example, like the stock market usually has like an 8% return. It will grow like after like 20 years or something. it will grow a lot, like depending on how like much did you invest. So it really can be really helpful in your wealth.
Yeah, good, Chloe. Does anybody else have an answer? Oh, by the way, I might start calling on people. Wait, drunk.
So it's the book is because technically if you have your money sit in an account or somewhere that's not in an investment, if you just sit it in somewhere, it's eventually gonna lose itself. It's gonna deplete its value because inflation will make it worth less and less. So investment will make sure that because investment will usually account for inflation and then have more than inflation by slightly up depending on what thing you're investing on. And so usually if you invest, then you'll get a greater, you have more money like when you have it after 20 years instead of losing money. So that's why it mostly makes up a person's wealth and not like just sitting in a bank account because that wouldn't be reasonable and rich people wouldn't do that.
Yeah, great. So that about covers question number 6. Okay. So now it's time for a real honest to goodness lab activity that you can actually do. So if you like, wait, hold on. So go to like see here, go to Google and search for this website called Bankrate. It's right here. Basically, you guys can go to Google and search bankrates.com, like over here. And so basically, are you guys following me? Okay, basically, we're gonna assume we're gonna open a savings account, okay? Bankrate just lets you see like the rates, like the details of these different banks. And so go to bankrate.com and try to find the best savings account in mind. So when you go to the website, you should have this page. And there's going to be 8 buttons. CD rates, high yield savings, home purchase, etc. So go to the high yield savings buttons, and there's gonna be like some, oh gosh, high yield savings. And here below, there's some like there's different banks, like different savings accounts. You can click on this offer details, and you can just look at it, see the pros and cons of PNC's savings accounts. You can also see the interest rates, like 4.5% for them and all that stuff. So I'll give you a few minutes and you can just scroll down looking at these banks, and you can like see, like you can try to find a bank that you think would match you, like you think would be good for you, like if you were actually opening a savings account. So I'm just gonna let you guys do that for a few minutes, and afterwards we can discuss which bank you think would be the best for you and why. So are you guys following me? Have you guys gone to bankrate.com?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does anybody else need more time?
Oh, I need more time in
3
More
minutes? Okay. So I'm guessing the majority of you need more time to pick. Okay. Okay, are we good now or?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. So now let's continue. So does anybody want to share first, like which bank they think they would prefer? Chloe?
I would wait, where is it? I would choose Citizens Bank because it has a good annual APY. It has a 4.50% APY, which is really high comparative. And it's part of the FDIC, which it's kind of is safe because if I don't put like $250,000, it still would like keep my money if it went bankrupt.
Hey, I think that rule was created after the Great Depression. But anyways, yeah.
And it's like Forbes says is like easiest avoidable monthly fees for basic banking, savings, and checking accounts. And it says it has direct deposit and recurring transfers. I'm pretty sure this might be false. It says no fees and no surprises. And yeah, really.
I think it says it doesn't charge a monthly service fee. Like some banks every month they charge you a fee for like
Oh, I thought it says no overdraft fees and stuff like that. I'll be happy. But okay, there's like no monthly fees maybe, but I mean, yeah, I would like choose this bank. Sounds pretty nice.
yeah, great, Chloe. So Max.
I chose SoFi because it had 2 million FDIC coverage, and it also earned like pretty high APY. It's not exceptionally high, but like because like SoFi is a fairly large bank in consideration, so like it wouldn't be like a threat like them bankrupting, like really, even though. And then they also have like a 250 bonus with a direct deposit, which is basically sort of acts like a sort of cashback. Basically, it acts sort of like. So yeah, and you don't need any balance to avoid fees, and there are no monthly fees. That's really good.
Wow. I didn't really read the part where it said up to 2 million FDIC coverage. That's a safe bank. Anyways, great, Max. So, oh, by the way, Chloe, do you also have another bank you want to share about, or are you just gonna? Okay. So, Charles, do you want to share your bank?
Yeah, I also chose SoFi, and as Max said, it has like a very high APY, and it also has no overdraft fees, which is really good considering if you spend a lot and like if you have like go over the amount you can spend, like it's really good. Like so you don't have to like pay for additional fees, and also like it's pretty safe. It doesn't like charge a fee like for international debit card transactions, which is like if you're in like a different like country and you like pay for it, they might give you a bad change, like cash change. So it sounds pretty good.
Good bank. So excellent, Charles. Isabella?
I chose Barclays or something, whatever it's called, because its APY is like okay. And it offers a high competitive yield or something, so more interest, I think. And it doesn't have a monthly service fee, no minimum deposit or balance requirements. And yeah.
Great, Isabella. Oh, by the way, what bank did you say you chose again? Sorry, I didn't hear it.
Barclays. Barclays. Yeah, Barclays. It's at the bottom.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, great. So let's see. I'm gonna try to call on most people. Angelina.
Okay, so I had to do a little bit of a deeper dig on this one, but I ultimately chose Laurel Road. And so after you click the offer details, it doesn't show you a list of pros and cons. So I went onto their website, and basically that Laurel Road is they have a FDIC insured savings with the max, which is, they said 250,000. And then also, hang on, give me 1 second. Okay. And then also they said that they have a 0 monthly account maintenance fee, and then they also don't have a minimum balance to open. So yeah, I thought that was really nice.
That's really good, Angelina. I hadn't really noticed this bank before, but it has a high APY, and pretty good. Like, it's pretty safe.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. So, anybody else? Let's see. Audrey. Oh, by the way, have you just gotten here, or do you know what we're doing? Never mind. Anyways, Kai Sheng, do you have a
Back. I'm back. My computer overheated.
Well, Damien, do you have like a bank that you think would be good, or do you think none of these banks suit you?
Let me check.
Well, I'll leave you to figure that out. So does anybody want to share? Anybody else? Okay. Aurora?
I don't know if it's a good idea, but I chose Basque Bank just because of the APY is also really high and the minimum balance is $0. And also, if you travel a lot, which I want to do in my future life, you can earn mileage through the account.
Oh yeah, that's really cool. Especially since I mostly like when my family we have a vacation, we mostly ride on American Airlines. So great, Audrey. Wait, great, Aurora. Sorry, I said the name wrong. I think that's about it. Let's move on to the slideshow. So here are some discussion questions for chapter 3. Why do most people never get rich? Chloe?
Because they don't really do conscious that thing, spending, like they just spend on things they really don't like actually want sometimes. Oh, sorry, chapter 3. Oh, I'm so sorry. Chapter 3. Oh yeah, chapter 3. Because some people they don't invest, they don't have a 401k to save them at the end, or they don't have like a ROI. So like they don't invest, they just like really do it from their income.
Yeah, good, Chloe. Actually, I guess both of your answers could be right. So, Isabella?
Most people kind of like they pay their short-term like goals for like, I don't know, invest like money-wise. And then they forget about their long-term goals. So they just wasted their money.
Yeah, great, Isabella. Let's move on to question number 2. And I realize some of you didn't get a chance to answer, but you can answer question number 2. So how can a project manager earning 50K per year have a higher net worth than a doctor earning 250K per year? Do you know what net worth is? Well, I think the book covered that. So Max?
So a very high possibility, especially since that other person is a doctor, is that the doctor might be in a lot of debt because medical school and all of like things like you have to debt to get like a doctor's degree costs a lot of money. So so you might have spent a lot of time just like paying off and you wouldn't have time to invest, while the other person who's a project manager, he might not have had that much debt. So after a while he gonna start investing more than the doctor. So he might have a higher net worth, and also a project manager. The project manager might have spent less than a doctor who might have spent more on things that aren't investments. So yeah, and also like the project manager might have like put like money in like 401k and like Roth IRA and all like retirement accounts because they count into your net worth technically. So yeah.
Yeah, excellent, Max. So Aurora, do you have a different answer?
I was gonna say that the doctor might have more tax just because of how like much the doctor earns compared to the project manager, because I'm pretty sure the government puts these tax brackets at like a certain amount of money you make each year.
Yeah, Aurora, good point. That's actually a pretty good point. So, number 3, when you have a job, what investment accounts are available for you to open? Chloe?
You can open a you can open a 401k, I'm pretty sure, to save for your entire retirement, and you can also do a Roth IRA for your retirement, and yeah.
Yeah. So Max, do you have like other
So basically, it's the same as what she said, but like it's because when you have a job, it's usually your company that puts that if you have like a good job, that sometimes the company will also put money into investments account like 401k for you. So yeah, so that's sort of like an investment account. And usually when you have a job, you'll have enough money to do other investments too. So
yeah, great. So question number 4. Assuming you have a job, which I think most of us don't really have a job, but assume you have a job, according to the ladder of personal finance, sort the steps in the correct order. So like, do you guys already have an answer? Okay. Max?
I'm not fully sure on like the order, but I'm pretty sure that one is to pay off your short-term debt and interest of long-term debt, because the book did say to pay off debts aggressively, and then putting money in 401k and Roth IRA and cash are probably second. I don't know the order of them, but they're probably second. And then after that, and then if there's any money left over, put it in. And then the non-taxable investment account or the 401k.
Yeah, great, Max. So Daniel?
For a one, I think it's supposed to be put enough money in a 401k to get 100% of your company matches. And then 2, pay off all your short-term debts and interest of long-term debts. And then 3, put money in a ROA. And then 4, if there is some money left for, put the money in the 401k. That's how I remember.
Yeah, great. You actually have a really good memory. That's technically what the book said. Like, rank 1, put enough money in 401k to get 100% of the company's match. Number 2, pay off all your short-term debts and debt. Number 3, open up a Roth or first of all, it's put enough money in the 401k. And like number 3 is open up a Roth IRA. Number 4, put more money in 401k if you have some money left over. Rank 5, well, you can put money in an HSA, I think, HSA. And like rank 6, blah blah blah, put the money in a regular non-retirement taxable investment account. So yeah, basically that. Now let's move on to the discussion questions of chapter 4. What is the meaning of conscious spending? Hey Max, Chloe, do you guys like already have answers or?
Yeah.
Okay. So actually, I guess you feel called on a lot, so I'll call Isabella.
Basically, like you're thinking about and jotting down notes or something, or tracking like what you're spending.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically. So anybody else have like that's actually a really good answer. So does anybody else want to answer that question or? Okay. Angelina?
I think maybe it also means to be caring about the value of what you buy and not always just like looking for the cheapest thing to buy.
Yeah, good, Angelina. So question number 2, what are the 4 major buckets in the conscious spending plan? And this time, Chloe, I'll let you answer. Okay, fine. If you don't have an answer, then you don't have to answer. Sorry, I thought you were always raising your hands. I thought you had like an answer to like every question. Okay, Chloe.
Like you can like fixed costs, long-term investments, savings, and like some guilt-free spending money.
Yeah, great, Chloe. So there's fixed costs, investment, savings, goals, and like guilt-free spending money. Question number 3, and if you have question number 2, you can probably have the answer to question number 3. So question number 3, in the conscious spending plan, what percentage of take-home money is used for fixed costs? What percentage for investments? What percentage for savings, guilt-free spending money? That kind of stuff. And if not, I'll pause for a few seconds to let you guys catch up. Okay, so Chloe.
Can I just like say for the what does like the rest of the 40% goes to?
Yeah. A what?
Like what does the rest of the 40% like goes to?
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
oh, that's number 4. Oh, I got confused. Sorry. I'll do number 4 instead.
Okay, since no one has an answer yet, in a conscious spending plan, 50 to 60% of the take-home money is for fixed costs, 10% for investments, 5 to 10% for savings, 20 to 35% for guilt-free spending. And yeah. So question number 4. The 60% solution in page 143 suggested to split your money into simple buckets, with the largest basic expenses like food, bills, taxes, making up 60% of your gross income. So where does the remaining 40% go? Fine, Chloe, I'll call on you.
The remaining 40% goes 10% to the retirement savings, 10% to the long-term savings, and 10% for short-term savings for irregular expenses, and 10% for fun money for like entertainment and stuff.
Yeah, basically that's it. So it's like split evenly 4 ways. Now let's have a group discussion. So we know the 60% solution, right? So, by the way, are you guys following me? Or do you need to? Is anybody following me? Hello? Well, I know you're following, Chloe. You have like. So the 60% solution was proposed by Richard Jenkins after he reviewed 2 decades of his spending. So he found that like the times he felt most financially secure was not when he was earning a certain amount, like a large salary, but when he was spending like under like this certain percentage, like he had control of his spending. So when his committed expenses had his basic expenses that you have to pay and you've committed to, well, within 60% of his income, he felt more in control of his money, blah, blah, blah. So now let's discuss which bucket the following spendings belongs to. You see here, okay. You see here, basic expenses is 60%. Fun is like guilt-free spending money is 10%. Short-term saving is 10%. Long-term saving is 10%. And retirement saving is 10%, as Chloe said before. So let's discuss which bucket the following spending belongs to. Basic food and clothing. You guys can just blur out the answers for this one if you have any.
Basic expenses.
Okay, yeah. So basic food and clothing mainly should count as your basic expenses because you have to pay them and you know when you should pay them and you know you have to pay them. So electricity and gas bills.
Basic
expenses.
Basic expenses.
Yeah, those are obviously basic expenses. Like if you live somewhere, you have to pay for electricity and gas bills. So house mortgages,
Basic expenses.
Basic expenses.
a lot of basic expenses. Car insurance,
Basic expenses.
Basic
yeah. Movies on Saturday night,
For fun.
For
Fun.
fun.
restaurants at weekends,
For fun.
For fun.
gym membership fees. Now this one can
Oh, sorry.
okay, this one can be like split 2 ways. It can either be for fun, as Chloe said before, or basic expenses. Now, why is this basic expenses? Because gym membership fees, you have to commit to them, and like you have to pay them like regularly for like every week, month, a few months, that sort of thing. But like to some people, it can be for fun. But to some people, it's basic expenses. But I would personally put it in basic expenses because you're committing to it. Gym memberships might not be like necessary, but if you have a gym membership, you have to pay the fee. So money for a 401k account.
Retirement savings.
Retirement.
Yeah, a 401k account is basically for your retirement. So money for a regular investment account, like taxable. investment account?
Long
term.
savings, maybe.
Yeah, long-term savings. So money, like this summer's vacation.
Or fun.
Like
For
short-term
fun.
savings.
Short-term
Yeah,
savings.
short-term savings.
Yeah, this can be both for fun and short-term savings. Most of the time, it's short-term savings because if you have a vacation, you have to plan ahead for a few months. Like for the summer vacation, you have to like save ahead. But sometimes, like, you don't really like save for the summer vacation. Like sometimes my family, we only plan for a vacation like a few weeks or 1 month ahead of time, so that can count as for fun. Because for fun, it's mostly like for like 1 month. Like for fun is like 1 month. Short-term savings is for like a few months. Long-term savings for years. Retirement savings for like decades. So teachers' holiday gifts.
For fun.
For fun.
mm,
You wouldn't spend like months getting like for teacher holiday. Probably.
Well, I guess I personally would also put it for fun, but it could also be in both basic expenses or short-term savings. Why? Because teachers' holiday gifts, like they are regular. Basic expenses are just regular. You know when you pay for teachers' holiday gifts, but also in short-term savings, like you sometimes I know some people plan ahead of them for like a few months or anything, but yeah. Comic books,
For fun.
emergency funds,
Long-term saving.
yeah. Because like emergency funds, like long-term savings is for a few years or anything, or like anything from 2 months to like a few years ahead of time, because you never know when you'll have an emergency. So money prepared for house repairs.
Long-term
savings.
Could be long-term savings, could also be short-term savings, because short-term savings. But yeah, I guess could be long-term savings. So money prepared to buy a new car.
Long-term savings.
Long term.
I guess it could be long-term savings to some people. Like I said, some of these are like there's no like especially right choice unless it's very obvious. Personally, I would put in short-term savings. You know why? Because when I buy a new car, like I don't know, like I wouldn't exactly like wait like 5 years to buy a new car. But yeah, probably long-term savings. So how about buying expensive party clothing?
Short-term
For fun or
For
short
fun.
term?
For fun.
savings.
I put it in for fun because like it's not like necessary, but some people might put it in basic expenses. Why? Pretend you're a celebrity or anything, and like celebrities, they have to go to parties, and parties they have to have expensive party clothing in order to like have a good image. But most of the time, like yeah, it would probably be for fun. Okay. So let's move on. Collection. What are stocks? Okay, here is the most common like sentence you will ever hear when you ask what are stocks. Stocks are pieces of companies. I've heard that for like 50 times. Okay, and also I had to say it for 100 times because it's a long story, but in school I had to do this presentation about stocks in the 1920s, and yeah, I had to explain what stocks were. So anyways, when a company, let's go into detail. When a company goes public, which means like they create stocks and allow people to publicly trade them and buy them, the owners transfer shares of the company to the public in an initial public offering, IPO. After the IPO, the stocks are traded in public. By owning stocks, an investor basically owns part of the company, including the fortunes of the company, like if the company earned money, which is good, or if the company lost money, which is bad. Also, shares of like common stocks grant the shareholders rights, like the rights to influence the company's policy, like in direction through votes at like shareholder meetings every year or so. But however, just some companies have two classes. So one class of the shares grants the shareholders rights. Another class doesn't grant the shareholders right, like to vote. So are you guys following me? Like, you know what
Yeah.
means? Okay. For example, in 2014, Alphabet, which is Google's parent company, split its shares into two classes. So like there's Google, GOOGL, which has voting shares and retained all the voting rights, and Goog, GOOG, which like this doesn't have shareholder voting rights. So now let's do another activity. Go to Google. So like you can put them on two different tabs. Anyways, you can see compare what the difference between them. Like, you know, in Google, wait 1 second. Also show something. You can see like 1 day, 5 days, 1 month, 6 months. This year to date, like basically what year. And you can see here all those things, the profits. Do you guys know what all this means?
Yeah, about.
Yeah. And then you can type. So do you guys see any difference between those two stocks? You can split it out if you want.
So basically the alphabet in class A is less than class C. Well, I mean, yeah. And from like year to date, they like they're seriously about really similar, like really similar.
Yeah, they kind of are. But the only difference is that, you know, Google, it's like slightly, you know, 5 years. It's slight. Like here, Google has a 121.16% increase. Google has a 119.73% increase, but that's about it. They have like slightly different increases, but yeah. After, because I bought some shares of Google in my investment account. So after you buy some shares of Google, you will basically see the following information on like last price change, days gain or loss in dollars, days gain or loss in percentages, total gain or loss in percentages, that sort of thing. So yeah, that's about it for today's class. Does anybody have questions or anything? Okay, well, bye and see you next time. Oh, and by the way, next time we're gonna read chapter 5, chapter 6, and chapter 7. And especially read chapter 7 because that part's kind of important. But yeah, so anyways, remember that next time we're reading chapter 5, 6, and 7. And if you have any questions, you can stay here and ask me. If not, bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.